Yo, what's going on, guys? You already know what it is. It's your boy Abraham Geovanni, and we are back at it again with our first serious segment. I can't really even say back at it, actually. This is our first session, but first session of Hangloose Podcast. What's going on, bro?
How you doing, Abraham? Good to see you, man.
You already know. And I got my guest over here, my boy Micah.
How's everybody doing?
Yeah, my boy Micah and I have been friends for a long time. What is it, coming up on like 6 years now? Something like that? 5, 6 years?
Yeah, probably like 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yeah, 2019 or so,
Yeah, it's my boy right here.
Yes,
And
sir.
we've had some good times, some bad times, some in-between times.
Up and down, all around.
Yeah. So on the Hang Loose Podcast, we pretty much just talk about anything and everything. There are plenty of different topics to talk about. I like to just enjoy conversation, and I like to find little nuggets within that conversation. And so I want to just kind of probably talk to you about like your first job.
Okay.
I thought that would be a good subject matter. So tell me about your first job.
Yeah, so pretty much my first job was working at Stu Leonard's grocery store here in Norwalk, Connecticut. And I basically started. So actually, it's funny. My brothers, we all worked there at one point. All my brothers, and so when I started, I was doing seasonal work. I was working for the holidays, basically the bagging groceries and stuff. And then I was doing a little bit of the Christmas tree shop. So every year for Christmas time, they get in like fresh Christmas trees, and people come by and pick them out. And so I was doing bagging. I was doing the Christmas tree shop, seasonal, and then after a little while, and I was towards the end of high school. I think I was like the end of my junior year when I first started.
Okay.
And I was like 16, and so then after a couple months, I think I was like, let me try to apply to be a cashier and get something like a part-time, instead of just holidays.
Yeah, for sure.
So my brother Luke had been working in ice cream part-time at Stu Leonard's there.
I know ice cream is popping at Stu Leonard's.
Yeah, the line's always crazy.
If you guys are where we're from, then like Stu Leonard's is this really popping like milk grocery store type theme place.
Dairy, meat, grocery, all the.
And like the ice cream department is like packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see like 16-year-old girls go there like religiously every day. Like when I used to go get sushi after LA Fitness to get to get right with my meals, I just see like the same like teenage girls going at the same time I go to like every day. But they'd go for ice cream and I'd go for like healthy eats.
Right. No, definitely a lot of repeat customers, like you said, and plus the every $100 you spend, you get the free ice cream. So I know a lot of people.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
People come there with their families, and now they got the app, so you just save up every purchase for the $100.
Okay.
And, get a free ice cream there, but so I was, started working as a cashier. After a few months, and it was it was pretty good. I had a good experience for the most time. Most of the time there I was working the weekends, usually afternoon kind of closing shifts. We were open until about like 11. And I first I was working till like 9:30, and then there was a few times as I was like 17 or whatever, because you can't be like a certain age, to work like till 11. So once I was like
Really?
Yeah, I think once you're like if you're 17 or older, you can work till like 11 or something.
Okay. Anything crazy ever happen at your job? Like anything that just stands out? Like anything?
Like I said, I never like got robbed or anything. Thankfully.
I would expect you not to get robbed. Like
I mean, you never know because you're working with money. So.
All right. Yeah, for sure.
Well, I actually have like a kind of a funny story. So when I was working in the Christmas tree shop, if you can tell by looking at me, I'm not very huge. I'm not muscular.
Dang, bro, those real?
So I'm working on it, but I've always been a skinny guy.
All right.
So I was working in the Christmas tree shop, and I was like in high school, and so basically there was like 4-foot trees up to like almost 9-10-foot trees. So there was some pretty big trees in certain parts of the Christmas shop, and we would be helping people. And there was a few times I remember I'd be like struggling with the 8-foot ones. Like I'd really have to like put my foot on the bottom of the tree and then grab it by the net and like try to, with all my strength to like.
And this was in high school?
Yeah.
So how tall are you now? You're like 6 feet?
Yeah, like 6 feet.
So in high school, you were like...
I was probably...
5'8" or something like that?
Yeah, I was probably about, like 5'7".
5'7"?
Yeah, around.
Dang, and you were like slanky too?
Yeah, I was a skinny, Yeah, just I hadn't really worked out or anything, so...
Homie was fighting the tree one-on-one, trying to get him off the ground.
Yeah, for real. So trying to get those like 8 feet plus, I always like, oh, can you help me? Like I'd ask one of my buddies, like, hey, you want to like do this together or something?
Yeah.
But there was this one funny story where we would like sometimes help people in line. Like once they picked out the tree, we would go wait in line with them to get it tied up. Like they would put it through the net again to retie it after we open it up for the people
to like show them how it looks.
Yeah, they wanted to see how it looks. So then we would wait. They would go in line. And sometimes, the people there would trim off, like, loose branches, and then they would put it through the net to tie it up again, and then they would tie it to their car. Right. And so I was waiting in line with this older guy, and then, some of the people were like, hey, guys, we're busy. We really don't want people, like, we don't want employees waiting with the customers in line with the trees. Just have them hold their tree, bring it, get it tied up. And I was with this older guy, after he picked out his tree. And I was just he's like, oh, can you help me, like, to the thing? I was like, sure. So I was just waiting with him, moving the tree along as the line was moving.
Right.
But then, some of the people are like, I think one of the supervisors was like, oh, guys, we don't want people waiting in line too long with the customers. There's a lot of people coming in. So, like, give them the tree and then go help other people. And I was like, okay. I was like, sir, it's like, would you, like, be able to hold the tree? Or I was like, they were asking me to go and, like, help a few other people and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, stick it up my ass and fly away? I was like,
hey, yo! What? He said, wait. It's the fly away part for me, though.
Yeah.
Like, what?
So I think he was basically saying, I was like, I was expecting you to help me in line.
Yeah.
So like, okay, I'll stay and help you. So,
yo, that escalated quickly. I did not know he was about to take it there. For all our rated G audiences, I had no idea he was gonna take it there. That is funny. You were just quoting what he said, though, right?
No, I was. That was what he said. I was just quoting.
Crazy.
And he wasn't like angry, but he was just
right.
Like,
he's being sarcastic,
like, joking around, like, like, oh, what am I supposed to do?
Yo.
So I was like, oh, don't worry, sir, I'll help you. So I helped him bring it to the people, and to get it signed. so it's just kind of funny.
He said and fly away, yo. What the heck? He's like, it's Santa's sleigh tonight. Oh right. My gosh, that's so funny actually, because now that we're on the topic of like Christmas trees and just Christmas in general, I saw a movie last night called I think it's called All Is Bright with Paul Rudd and Paul Giamatti, however you say his name.
Okay.
And it's crazy because it's all about like two con men who are like ex-con men, and they're trying to get clean, so they decided to sell Christmas trees, but they're Canadian, so they get a bunch of Canadian Christmas trees and drive down like from Quebec or Ontario all the way down to Manhattan. And for like first 5 days, they're like struggling to like sell these trees. And then finally they start selling them. And like right as they make finally like 20 grand, some guy, like they sell a tree to a blind guy, and he's like, yo, it's a blind guy, like come out, I need help with my tree. And he comes, and like he's not blind, he's got a gun pointed at their head, and like,
oh, so he was pretending to be?
He's pretending to be. He's like, give me all the money, and he like robs them for 20 grand, and just like the movie just goes all downhill from there. But it's the fact that I was watching like a Christmas tree movie last night, and then now you're telling me this story. It's like so serendipitous.
Oh wow,
that's hilarious, dude. Nice, man. So
yeah,
I know you're into sports, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yep. So certain ones.
What like type of sports are you into?
Yeah, for watching sports, I would say like football is a big one for me. During the fall and everything, that's what we usually watch. Mostly professional, like college, I know there's some talented players, but I've kind of just always watched, like, NFL. And, hockey's entertaining, too, to watch.
Right.
Baseball for, like, the playoffs, usually, like, most of the World Series stuff.
What's your, like, favorite sport?
I would say to play would be probably tennis. And to watch, like I said, probably football.
Nice, football. Yeah. So you're a Green Bay Packers fan?
Yes.
I know that. I know you're a cheesehead.
Yeah.
How'd you become a Packers fan?